Let's start right out. Hey, what happened?
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Nice to see you. It's Friday. That would be Bondzee. Bottom right, that is Greg Bond. He's currently, he was traveling through the United States in a Prevost tour bus, which is, he's on it now, but it's parked.
Yeah, now we just live on it.
We'll get it. Yeah.
Is it dead or something? Or are you just really happy with Palm Desert?
No, it's not dead at all. Drives like a charm. Now, the only issue with
Shit.
the bus.
Sorry, guys. Fuck, hitting all the
That's
buttons.
okay. You know, it needs, so both windshields
Sounds like the
are
front
cracked.
end of every one of my shows.
Jesus, fuck. Sorry, I didn't mean to press the button.
Stop that.
The
Stop.
buttons.
What's
Yeah,
that?
sorry.
What's that noise?
Yeah.
It's
So
the
what is it?
commercial.
Your bus is fucked or it's not fucked? Because are you driving
it's
it
not-
or are you just living? Okay.
No, I'm just living in it. I've made the decision. I'm tired of driving around. I just couldn't get caught up on all my work for my clients with my voice work, and it was too much of driving here and driving there, and I had a great time doing it, especially the last leg with Brad. But Lachlan, it got to the point where it was
Brad the
affecting
kid?
my. Brad's
Brad
my
the
youngest son.
youngest?
Yeah,
Youngest.
he came on the road for
and
3 weeks.
They're both hip hop stars, right?
Well, Ty more than Brad. Brad was a magician, and now he's made the leap into the music world. Got a great up in. I think he's dropped a week.
Is that him right here? Is that him?
Um,
Ty? Is that Ty Bond?
that's
your kid?
that's Ty, my old son. So
Yeah.
That's weekend. He had a way better weekend than you guys did. That's for sure.
Looks like. Wow.
Ali Rose, his video Cruising, she turned 30, and that's what happened. So I had a 30th birthday bash in LA, and Ty reaped the rewards.
Yeah. So what you're missing here, listeners, if you're listening to us on Apple or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast, what you're missing here is Ty Bond, who's the spitting image of his father, who I'm just guessing he's high as fuck right here.
Yes, sir.
And
he
he's
looks-
got a cup in his hand. He's got a joint in his hand, and he's surrounded by women flashing their breasts. But we've covered the breasts up because we know YouTube doesn't like breasts. So
Exactly.
good for him, I guess. Like if that's what he's going for, that's what he wants. He wants to. What I noticed here is this other picture of him that you sent, where it looks like he's in a nightclub. That appears to be what it is. What's up with his fingernails? Does he like does he file his fingernails into like weapons? Is that what he's doing here?
You know what? I never even noticed that until now. Now I'm not sure if it's part of the pic or just the lighting or stuff, because I did see him a month ago and I don't remember pointy Batman whatever the hell you call it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just a manipulation of the angle or what, but I honestly don't have an answer for that. That's the first time I noticed.
So he is right in the scene in LA. Like he's partying with Playboy chicks, as you can see here.
Yeah.
He's smoking his dope. He's drinking his Hennessy for the beach party. He's got his
I went to his first Hollywood movie premiere, red carpet. Good. He knows the directors. We all do. The directors of this new movie were Brad's directors when Brad was on CBC. The magic show called the Thrill Illusionists, which he was part of as a young doing a magic show. So those directors of that now just made a movie and they put it out in Hollywood, and Ty was there for the premiere. So he's living the dream, man. He really is.
I had Arby's today.
I
will probably use that line again, just so you guys are aware.
Yeah, you had Arby's today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the life, right? Like, this is, how old is your kid? 21, 22, 23? What is
Ty
he?
will be 24 in September.
24 in September, so he's 23. I hate when people do that. I hate when people round up in the middle of a conversation about someone's age. It's like, how old is he? 21, 22, 23? He goes,
just something
so I nail it.
Do.
Talking.
So
nail it.
Let me ask.
I say 23. You know what Bondzee does? He goes, he'll be 24 in a couple of months.
Are you on the same page with Mom on what they're doing right now? Like, I know you don't have a problem sharing a picture like that where he's hanging out with a joint in his hand and he's got, girls with their boobs out all over the place. But does he send that to Mom and go, "Hey, I had a good weekend, Mom"?
Don't know. Don't care.
Okay.
Haven't spoke to her in 9 years. So,
well, that's good. That's healthy. Yeah.
You know what though? I think that's more normal. I've never understood the relationships that end and then they're still friends. I find that way fucking weirder than I would much rather. It's not even whether or not I care, but it makes way more sense to me to hear somebody go, "Yeah, no, I left her and she left me, and I haven't had a conversation with her in 9 years." To me, that is way healthier.
Yeah,
it is,
and you have a point there because I was separated. Like I told my ex I was finished. I would say probably about a year and a half ago, right? So it took a good half a year because I would say, listen, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. This sucks. I hate relationships. I hate this relationship. Let's just be done. You'd be happier without me. I tried to sell her on that, like that whole thing. Don't you want to be happier with someone else? Wouldn't you like to be with another guy that like to do the things you do? I don't want to do any of those things. I'm not like that person that you want me to be. So I can't be that person. And the way it ended gave me some breathing room, which was nice. And I haven't spoken with her since. And someone phoned me the other day and they was like, "Hey, it's your ex's birthday," which I believe is today, if I'm not mistaken, which is weird.
Wow.
That we're talking about this. Yeah, it's fucking bizarre because I've never talked about her once.
Wow.
And it dawned on me when they said that. I'm like, not having any communication with someone after it's over is the fucking best. Like, it's the best.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Well, no, I don't. But I think it's better than nothing wrong with it. I think it's the healthiest thing that you can do if you want to be able to move forward. Like, someone's birthday. I'm not celebrating it. I'm not in a rush to go buy a gift. I'm not emotional or reminiscent because I haven't had anything to do with that person for a year. Bondzee, 9 years. 9 years he had nothing to do with her. That's why he's on a bus down somewhere in Palm Desert, California. That's why he went to Guatemala. He did all those things because he needed to move forward with his life. It's fucking brilliant. It's awesome that you didn't talk to her. Yeah, the wieners that like are still best friends after that share dogs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like, "Hey, I'm leaving for the weekend with my new boyfriend or my new girlfriend. Do you mind watching the kids or can you come and house sit for me?" "Sure, no problem. Happy to do it." Fuck that. Fuck that. Who does that?
And again, I don't want to be judgmental of that situation.
Oh, you can judge.
They probably think that they are healthier than the three of us and this conversation. But I gotta tell you, I'll give you one example. So, have you guys heard me talk about Army Chris?
Yeah.
Okay, so Army Chris is ex-military. He hasn't been in the military for years, 10 plus years. He was up in Fort Mac working up there in the oil sands, and he's currently unemployed right now. He's working on a podcast. He's trying to get a military podcast off the ground right now. Mm-hmm. And his ex and him are still really close. And I'm always not creeped out about it, but just shocked because I'll go over there and she's nice. She's sweet as pie.
Yeah.
And I'll go out and I'll sit on the deck and have a beer and she'll stay out there and hang out. They've got dogs. They flip the dogs back and forth. They never had kids. And they just hang out, right? But then about once every 2-3 months, something weird happens between the two of them, and they have a huge fucking fight. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and she's even moved into the house occasionally. Like, she'll knock on the front door and go, hey, you know what? My basement flooded. I need to stay here for a couple of weeks. Or she called him in, like a couple months back, called him up and said, hey, listen, something's wrong with my bathroom. He spent an entire weekend in the early or late winter with a buddy redoing her bathroom. And then
for free?
Yes. And then he built a deck for her. And I'm like, you're still married to her.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, and
it's not over if they're
he's a
leaving
really
like that.
nice guy.
Well, that's the thing, is that who's the nice guy and who's the sucker? Like, there's a difference between, like, so my ex, like, tries to keep me around just in case that she needs a relief valve, right? And I haven't talked to her for like 3 years because I won't, because there's nothing there. It's a toxic relationship. There's no point in talking to her. Terrible person. Don't like her. So why would I speak with her? And so now that we're not friendly, but I acknowledge your existence around the kids.
Exactly. I'm about the same. The second you have
like the furthest I can go, in being civil is a nod. Like this, I'll have a perfectly good conversation with, the kids and people around her. But the second she says something to me, I go like this.
You do have the smile, really or is it a tight
it's like,
smile?
Oh yes, thank you very much. And it's an acknowledgement. It's not like a complete ignoring. It's me having the ability to be fucking normal and be able to survive every situation. That's really all I care about.
You're really growing. I think you're really growing as a person.
Way to go, Dean. You're a big
and you know
boy
what?
now.
It's fucking. I'll tell you what. It's been very difficult for me to open that door, but as a human being, I know that my goal is to be able to manage every situation properly, to not be triggered or feel emotional or fucking want to get out of there or shoot somebody in the head with a magnum, right? Like that's kind of, I've got a few gears and I'm all about that fucking gear. Whatever gear it is, I get into that gear. So when I decided I was going to be friendly, I thought to myself, well, that'll show the kids that, their dad can rise above it all, right? I don't think I want to. Like that's the thing. Is like, I don't think that it's like if there's no relationship there, then what am I teaching my kids? That I can grin and bear it? Pretty much. I mean,
I don't know about that. I think any damage you would have done to your kids based on the lack of relationship you had with your ex is probably already been done. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think you can fix anything by having a healthy relationship with her, right? I don't know if there's any advantage.
Well, no,
I'm no expert, but
to me, those relationships, like, I don't know about you, Bondzee, but it's like, it was almost like a get out of jail free card. Like, I used to get into fights with my ex on purpose on long trips because she wouldn't talk to me if I was enough of an asshole. Like, I would sabotage things on purpose. Yeah, I wanted to be an asshole because if I was an asshole, she would leave me alone, and then I wouldn't have to listen to the incessant bullshit and all the other stuff. And that's kind of how I am now, where I'm like, the problem's out of my life, so I don't really feel like engaging with something that might be a problem again. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's good. It's like we're in this permanent fight.
The respect I have for you grows daily.
I know. I know. That's how fucked I am. I'm still
That's
that
okay. Own it.
Yeah, I think so. Speaking of fucked, I just wanted to bring something to your attention. Locke sent this to me this week. What's going on in Edmonton with syphilis and herpes, by the way?
I've said to you more than a couple of times, for some reason, I'm about to put something on a cold sore and you bring up syphilis and herpes. That was fucking unplanned. I swear to God, I had no idea. Blistex.
You really did have a good time at that party, eh, Locke?
Yeah, you did.
No, you know what? I had a bad week, and whenever I get stressed out and I didn't work and I ate like I didn't work out and I ate like shit, quite often I'll get a cold sore. By the way, if you have cold sore issues, if anybody's listening right now, lecithin. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I swear to God, you can ask anybody. Go to a pharmacy, ask a doctor, ask a scientist. No one is going to tell you that lecithin helps with cold sores. I used to get them monthly. I've been getting them. I've been hammered with cold sores for all my life since I can remember. And then I ran into a guy 25 years ago, and he said, you should try lecithin. And I asked a whole bunch of people if it worked for cold sores, and everybody was like, no, it doesn't. But I took it anyway, and it has helped me. I now get maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 a year. I used to get them every month.
Do you get little ones? I'm fortunate that I don't get them, but do you get little ones, or do you get the Katie Holmes heater, like the one that's the size of your fist?
Dude, I've had some goiters on my head, like monsters. I had one time that was so big, it worked its way into a nostril. So I had it on my lip and in my nose at the same time, and they're the worst. There's nothing I hate more in life than a cold sore.
So you get Katie Holmes size scabs on your face.
If I feel like a little tickle, and I'm like, oh, get back. I got Blistex. I got these buckets of Blistex everywhere.
Can we talk origin story about your herpes? When did it start to appear? And was it from
when I was a kid? I think I got it when I went to the hospital when I was 5.
Okay. So you've always had it. It wasn't from loving an unclean woman at 19.
No, I got a picture of my every school picture I have from the time I was in kindergarten. I have a cold sore. I swear to God, I can go get every school picture I have. So,
dude, you got to get those out for the podcast. I want to put. I don't want to show those. Grades 1 through 12 each time with a different heater.
Herpy boy. Every time.
How did you ever get a wife, Lachlan? It's amazing.
Oh, because he's a man. Because he's comfortable in his own skin. That's attractive to people. And finally,
well,
well, at least he seems to be. The reason why I brought up herpes is because Big Wang is probably what he's saying. Huge hog. Congrats.
Please do not show the video of me and my Speedo.
No, I'm not
to disprove my theory.
I'm not going to do it. But you sent me a video of a guy getting a blowjob on a bike trail this week, which was really nice.
Edmonton.
Lucky bastard.
So this video is from an old dude, and I laugh because, and I've got the stills of it. Like, look at getting away
you
from
gotta show the
scene.
video. Show the video.
I'm going to. But look at this old guy trying to get his pants up. She's down there giving him a blowjob. But good for the old guy, because old guys still need to get some gummers too. But this is the video of a guy on a mountain bike going through a bike trail, happening upon a guy in advancing years, and what appears to be a younger woman giving him skull. I mean, really, there's only one way to. He's getting a sculling. That's what's happening. There he goes. He's riding down the trail. The guy's probably so stoked to do this too. He's like, I can't wait to get out.
Edmonton. I said, here's your next promotional video.
Explore. He comes around. He's got the bear bells on there. You can hear him. And he slows it down for us. Look at the guy pulls his unit. Yeah, he tries to whip his pants up. The woman then tries to stand up. He's wearing what appear to be moccasins or yellow pumas, and is probably in his 50s or early 60s. And then these guys keep going.
Yeah,
but look at this. This is fucking unbelievable.
You don't stop and chat. Isn't that funny? I can't believe that's not more viral.
Look at this. Look at this. This is fucking unbelievable. And I love how, like, if you I'm gonna slow-mo it, but you can see she can hear someone coming. He then puts his penis back in his underpants. He reaches for his jeans. She's fully clothed. But they're doing this in the middle, like literally in the middle of a fucking bike train.
I bet you he lost his heart on. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't see how you'd be able to keep it.
Oh,
would you be able to hang in there for it?
I would.
I think I would. I think I'd dry up pretty quick.
I would too. I guess
checking for dicks.
That's awesome. Guys, go.
Checking for dick ticks.
Oh, thank you, Ian.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I can't take credit for Edmonton either. That was rookie. When I sent the video to you, he put that on the feed. Edmonton.
It's a move. I mean, like, I looked up those shoes. They're Pumas. They're worth about $500 just for the shoes, right? The guy's an older dude. Like,
with money.
Why the fuck is he doing that in the middle of a busy bike trail in Edmonton in the middle of the fucking day?
Well,
like, savagery.
You know what?
Some people like that, though.
I have a theory on this because I sort of had the same thought that you did. Older gentleman. Yeah. She looks like she might be. She's not young, right? But she looks like she could be younger than him. Mm-hmm. And they're out for a walk. Maybe this relationship is fairly new. Mm-hmm. He was maybe in a long-term relationship where things
like his wife just died, maybe. Yeah, I got you.
And he's got a little bit of money, so he's flaunting it a bit to see if
he may have choked.
He can, like attract, somebody a little bit younger, a little bit more adventurous, mm-hmm. and they go out and they're walking along, and he says to her, "Hey, honey, do you want to?" And
how does that go?
She says, "Okay."
How does that go again?
You know what? If you don't ask,
you go.
What's the Gretzky analogy?
Yeah. Go where the
missed
puck is.
100% of the shots. You don't take.
No, Gretzky said he said go to where the penises are, not where they're going to be, but where are the penises? And the penises are, how does that, like, on a if they're just out for a stroll, how does that just come up? Like that has to be something she initiates. Like, in my mind,
I'm telling you right now. No,
what's that?
He brought it up.
Well, how do you do that? What do you say to his, like, a first, second date? Do you say,
would you like to suck my cock? I don't, like, honestly.
The answer in my mind, the answer that comes back 9 times out of 10, probably 9.5 times out of 10 is, no, I really don't. I'm out for a fucking walk in the park. I'm in the woods. I don't feel like sucking your dick right in the middle of this bike trail. Like that just
really
get off on that. He kind of brings it up jokingly, and they laugh about it. And he's like, no, I'm serious. I got a raging boner right now. I just took a fistful of Viagra, and why don't we see what we can get done here?
Roll the dice.
Hey, he won. Doing fucking better.
No one exercises here.
How do you say that? What do you say we roll the dice with your mouth and see what happens? Huh? Like, how do you position that with her where she says, that guy's got to be a hell of a sales guy? That's what I'm thinking. Like, because I wouldn't even, like, I would clam up. If I was walking down a bike path with a female that I was trying to impress and I'm getting to know her, will you blow me isn't in the offing. Like, it's not part of my vernacular. I'm not going to lead with that. It's not going to come out. I respect guys that do it. And what's more is I respect guys that can do it, that can make that work for them. Like, I good for him. He's getting a blowjob. The pandemic was long. He's an older dude. He was in the demo of people that weren't supposed to go anywhere. So he's out employing nature, and he's so excited to be there. He's like, it probably just fucking overcome with joy right now. I'm about to say, will you please suck my wiener? And she was like, I don't see why not. I've been inside for like 16 months myself. I would love to. I just don't know many women that are like super excited to get to doing that right at the end of a pandemic on a bike trail in the middle of Edmonton, surrounded by mosquitoes, bugs, and human beings riding their bikes.
She's a
saint.
Had
to have it. She really is.
God bless her. God bless her.
Yeah, and both of them.
Can you send her to Palm Desert? Fuck, I can't even.
We actually have a theory about. We have a theory about the girl that you went on a date with a couple weeks back, and everybody. We talked about it after the fact. Dean and I and a couple of other people that were part of that conversation. What did you call her? Shoe. I think you lied to us, and I think you did get lucky that night with the old shoe.
Dude, I wish I could. I wish I could say I did lie to you, but I didn't. And not only that, I got really wasted. I don't know. It was after the conversation where I told you I didn't get laid with her. Then I got really drunk. I guess I called her. No, I either called her or texted her and asked her if she wanted to come over. And it was a resounding no. And I guess she wasn't very happy with that phone call. And then I haven't talked to her since, but we are still friends on Instagram. And I saw that she got a new fella who's spending the weekend at Shoe's place. So, no, dude, I didn't bang her. I wish I did.
Okay. All right. Well, that clears it up. I just sort of thought there was just something behind the story that didn't quite make sense. Like you were holding something back. And I guess the drunk texting her, pissing her off was probably what you were holding back then.
No, it just happened earlier this week. It was last week when it was that crazy heat out. I went to my buddy's place to get because the bus was just insanely hot, and we got buggered. And I guess he had to go to work. He got called in. The other guy that lives there went to work, and so it was just me. And I guess I was drunk and lonely and horny, and I asked Shu to come over, and that didn't go over so well.
Yeah, no kidding. So have you gotten laid? Have you tried to get laid other than that attempt?
Yeah. Well, you're right, because I was supposed to tell it on Wednesday. So I fucking got needs, and it's been long enough. I've masturbated for God, not only on this trip, but even before. It was a hot minute since I've been with a lady. So I finally got to a boiling point. I'm not proud of myself for this, but dude, sometimes you just gotta ring a dang hooker, and I cost me $40
in Palm Desert.
Yeah. Well, I figure they got to be pretty hot around here because this place is filled with money. Okay. So it turns out it's a little different here. You gotta pay $40 up front, and then over they come, and then you pay the rest.
Sorry, I got you some hooker music here. You're welcome.
Sounds like it. Well, I send the $40. I'm all giddy, and I go work out. I have a shower. I'm all fresh. Shave my bunghole, and lo and behold, she doesn't show up. So I call. I was like, "What's going on?" She goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry." I'm like, "You just fucking ripped me off for $40. Get the fuck over here." Anyways, that didn't happen. Anyways, I was pretty pissed off. Yes, sir.
John called me.
You are one of my favorite people.
Oh, hold on. Her John called you?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess she had told the guy because I didn't threaten her with police or anything. Because what am I going to? Police officer, I just got taken for $40 for a hooker. Yeah. And as I said something to her that got her attention, she called her John. Her John called me. He was very.
What did you say? I need to know what you said that got her attention.
Dude, you know what? I think I deleted it. I would have to look back. But I said something along the lines of,
what?
How fucking dare you? I'll find you.
Yeah, I'm going to guess there's probably a veiled threat in there, right? Yeah.
I don't think. No, I've learned my lesson. And that goes back to the whole ex-wife thing. You cannot tell your wife that you hope she dies on an operating table when she's having her tits largened or lifted and her belly tucked. So I said, I hope you didn't table. Because that's $10,000 of that I paid for, and I wasn't even going to get to reap the rewards. So
there you go.
Anyways, she was
so back to getting ripped off. Oh, you got arrested for that?
Yeah, I did. She was secretly recording me, and she turned it over to the cops. A female cop. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So at first she turned it into two guy cops. They came to my house. I wasn't home. They never came back.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, she finds a female cop, plays it for her. Female cop calls me up and says she wants to turn herself in.
There you go. Yeah.
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 So,
oh my God.
Okay, so fast forward to the 40-year-old hooker and being shocked that you got taken by a $40 hooker. Yeah.
Are the hardest.
Well, I got a plethora more.
Start with I called a hooker, and then we got threatening a wife. Like it's so unbelievable.
It never.
Okay, you go ahead. So you're missing a fucking whole bunch here. So back up. I got to take charge of this thing for a second. So the $40 hooker. First of all, and
it was more than that. That was the deposit.
Oh, okay. Thank God. That was the deposit. So was that half?
So
How much?
She snaps your $40. You text her.
Yeah.
You fucking.
It was-
Then
Yeah.
the John
Get over
call. The John
And?
did the John call.
And
Yeah, I actually spoke to him on the phone and offered.
No.
He apologized. Yeah, and he offered
and
me
he offered to suck your dick.
a gaggle of women. He's like, "I'll send you pictures of all." And at this point, I was pissed off, and I was a little nervous, and I'm like, I'd already rubbed one out, so I wasn't as horny as I was anymore. So I was just like, you know what, dude, I don't really need your services anymore. I was just done. I'd already blew my wad, so it's a tough life on this bus.
Oh, man.
Anyways, so
You know
it
what?
gets better.
If most guys, okay, sorry. Go
Okay,
ahead.
keep going.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if I may,
Yeah.
yesterday I'm out frolicking around. I had a bunch of errands to run. I rented a car. And so I decide that I look up. I'm like, listen, fuck the hooker thing and having her on my bus and this and that. There's got to be a rub and tug around here, right? So I Google rub and tugs, and lo and behold, there's a whole bunch of them that show up. So I pick one. I go. I walk right in, and it's your quintessential rub and tug, right, from back in the old Toronto days. So I walk in there, $40. I think $40 make you holler for it's a half hour for $40. You get a massage, and then I thought, a little happy ending, if you will. So I'm laying there the whole time, and about 25 minutes in, I start hearing fucking kids running up and down the hall. At that very moment, I knew there's no happy ending to this massage. And I was right. I can't even go and get a goddamn rub and tug at a rub and tug. I don't know what's going on, dude. I give up. I'm thinking about going on Grindr. It's got to be guaranteed. At least some dude will tug me, right? I'm not.
Just don't make eye contact. You'll be fine.
Is it gay if a guy tugs you off?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Listen, let's unpack.
You
that.
have the worst luck.
Well, it's not really. No, it's not bad luck. It's a series of really dumb decisions that have led to him being out now $80 and jerking off twice. So effectively, the last two times you gave it a pull, it cost you $80,
pretty
right?
expensive date.
Okay, good. Yeah. So the thing is, first of all, if you had just, and I tell all kinds of people this on a daily basis, listen, dude, if you just jerked off before you made that phone call, you wouldn't be out $40. Your wife wouldn't have found this out. You wouldn't have texted someone this thing that got you fired. So always, 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 when you have this thing in your mind as a man, and this thing in your mind says, hey, make a bad decision. Go online and get a hooker, a $40 hooker. Send her money.
This is on top of him trying to get a hooker to go to his bus in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, his kid's passed out beside him.
I know. And the problem there,
In the
once
hotel.
again, well, guess what he should have done? Guess what he should have done before he made that phone call? Jerked off. If you just jerk off before you make any decision, your life will be better.
I'm tired of it.
Dude,
Bondzee.
I've been doing it for 53 years. It's not like it's
different.
It doesn't matter. You can just go
Bondzee.
through the spank bank, pull a different memory out of the Rolodex, go on your phone, Pornhub mobile, do whatever you got to do. But
Bondzee.
whenever your brain says,
Don't listen to a
Bondzee,
word
go
he's
do
saying.
this,
All
go
these
do this,
decisions
just
you've been
jerk
making
off.
are solid.
Yeah, thanks. Alcohol's not involved either time, by the way, which makes it even scarier because, yesterday I was driving around.
He doesn't need alcohol to make these bad decisions. That's the thing we love about Bondzee. Oh, my God. That is the best. That's the saddest. That's the best, saddest story I've ever heard in my life. And it started with the cops showed up at my house when I threatened my ex-wife.
Oh, dear. I can't wait.
He was in a bad place, dude. He was in a bad place.
How do you know this story isn't going to end well? Well, first off, Bonzee's telling it.
Although you nailed a couple of those stories today too, like the fact that you went to a place that you thought was a rub and tug, and it was just a lady's house that gives massages. Like that is a great story. Like the fact that you rolled over with a heater and a boner, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go, and she's like, My kids are just outside there at the
my
door.
God.
She was with me because you pay the $40 for the massage, and then she goes, I gave her 40. I was fuming at this point. I walked out of there. I'm like, you go down the long corridor of shame to the cash register, and she's standing there, and then she's like, okay, $40, thank you. So I give her the $40. And I still got a half a chubby that I got up under my belt, and so she's no special tip for me. I'm like, tip? What about my tip? I give her $2, and she was furious. $2? That's it, sir? I said $2. That's it, and I walked out the door. Swear to God.
What about my tip? You never touched my tip.
No, she did not even close.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue. How do you leave all these details out? We have to keep prodding you.
I know, and it's like every time we laugh, he remembers just a little more, and the little more he remembers is way better than all the other parts that he told.
You need to work on your storytelling.
Oh fuck! Dude.
I don't know. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. You guys can't even see her speak.
Oh my God! And the accent.
Did you think
most offensive thing I've ever heard in my life? And he's telling a story about how did you make this story more offensive? Well, he used an accent.
I'm gonna have to go get drunk after the show today. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. Oh my God.
This is a good thing we can't get canceled.
I swear to God, you're my favorite person I've ever met, Bondzee. Holy shit. You know what I would do if I was your friend? I wouldn't speak. I would just follow you around. What are we doing now?
We're telling all these stories about how Bondzee got ripped off by a $40 hooker and another $40 hooker, and all the girls are coming out for him. This is Tara. She's like, Bondzee rocks. Christy's like, ha 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 ha, I love him.
Oh my God.
Ladies, if you want to hop on a plane, Jesus Christ, or if you know any friends in the Palm Springs desert region, just let them know I'm good times.
Let's go through this.
My arm's numb.
There has to be a way that you can get some consensual, not bargain basement sex.
Jimmy on right now. Cripes.
No, but like if there's you are, but if there's like a way we can find like let's just Google. I'm gonna Google this, like Palm Desert, California, right? You're in Palm Desert, California.
Are you in Tinder? Are you on Tinder or anything like that?
I have the app. I hardly go on. It's such a joke, that fucking Tinder.
I thought that was a hookup app. Like isn't that
used to be really good? It was not anymore. Now if there's a girl on there dude. Oh, may have some racing friends. No way.
Dude, go to rubmaps.ch.
I think Rub Maps is what got him into trouble the first time.
Okay, so here it is. Yesterday. Best massage, Palm Desert, $60 an hour, Asian massage, cash only. That's how you know you're getting jerked off, by the way. The cash only.
I tried that yesterday. Cash only. Well, it was one of the #1 rated places I went to. It's called Magic Touch Spa.
Magic Touch Spa is right here. Yeah. It's 74040 Highway 111, Unit D, Palm Desert, California. Look at that. You got a deal. Dude, you got a deal. $50 an hour for Chinese massage, cash only.
It cost me $40 for half an hour.
Holistic Health looks like it's probably too legit.
Chinese one, they put a spring roll in your bum. I don't think you should give up, Bondzee. Yeah. I mean, listen. Well, you just need to power through here, buddy.
For $40, my own money. I can do it for free.
Well, you fucking you kind of got yourself, like you fucked yourself over a little bit. You made the decision to do those things, and then you.
But the rub and tug, I legit listen. I've been to a few before with the boys back in Canada, it was the walk in, everything's the same.
Yeah.
Dean,
And
have you ever been like, honestly,
Never,
I swear to God,
never been to a rub and tug in my life.
never
No?
in my life.
Fantastic.
I've been
get a
to,
little
like,
massage,
It's
little
a
happy ending.
different
strip
wiring.
joints. Yeah. You know what? I remember. Okay, like Book of Matches. I'm like, look at you. How about this guy? I'm decent looking, semi-attractive Capricorn, looking to have some sex. His name's Dale. He's 49. Here's another one.
You're on Grinder.
Here's a no. It's on bookofmatches.com. Here's a woman, 58. She wants to meet someone. She's toned. She has great calves. The rest not so good. And she's looking to get in touch with someone who's in touch with themselves. See, that woman wants to touch you. Oh, this guy. He's not looking for.
Thinking about signing up at .com after the show. There's a
It's not a
bucket.
bad idea.
Yeah,
Not a
I
bad
don't think
idea.
Oh my God, I don't have any advice for
I'd
you,
take 60
and I would
down.
be that guy. Like if I was hanging out with you, Bondzee, I would just be like, okay, what are we doing today? And then I'd be the cheerleader. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'd probably be arrested if I with you, Locke.
We're calling a rub and tug. Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
We're going
Well,
to
maybe I should
get
gamble
$40
and
hooker.
find a
two
nice
hookers on
girl.
the bus.
It's amazing you can't find a nice girl.
Yeah, it's almost like you need a mentor before you get to that stage in your life where you need a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like the decisions that you make traditionally are decisions that, like a 19-year-old would make, but at the same time, it's perfectly legal if you are looking for sex to go and pay for the sex. I think in California, is it not? Like you're allowed to actually hire a woman for sex in California, correct?
I don't know. I
think
didn't
it
delve
is.
that deep into it.
That might have been something to Google.
Dude, when you're ready to go, you're googling the laws, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh my
The sad
God.
part is, I do have a girl back who's madly in love with me. Would marry me yesterday, and I just can't seem to make it work. I'm not quite that smart. So yeah,
Well,
that
there's
I
that.
know. Yeah.
Again, more shocking news.
I can't believe she still talks to me on the daily.
Okay.
So
Where were you at with her when you left? Like what was the conversation like, Bondzee, when
listen,
you decided to do what you're doing?
Well, I haven't lived in Canada for the past 3 years before this because I was living in Nicaragua. Again, same thing. We were kind of together, but kind of not. When you live in a whole different country, in a third world country, and she lives in Ontario, not much of a relationship. But she held on to hope. When I came back after the pandemic, we tried to make it work. It just didn't. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around being with somebody after being single for 4+ years and traveling the world, and
That's
owning
it.
bars in Nicaragua and living, it's going to take fucking Cinderella and
You don't
more.
want it. You don't want that. You don't want that. Like Lachlan makes it work because his wife, I believe, is a nicer person than he is. So that's why that whole thing works. No, I'm not telling you tales out of school here, Locke, right? Like your wife is a better human being than you. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I haven't found that person yet, and you haven't found that person yet. But the great part is that the fact that there's no person like that in our lives means there's nobody preventing us from doing what we want, right? There's nobody But I think you need training wheels on your life to some extent.
Dean, you were giving him horrible advice today.
Listen, I'm trying. It's baby steps.
What do you want? Do you want content, or do you want a stable, like well-adjusted Bondzee?
I don't think there's such a thing.
I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I'm like listening to him, and I'm like, I'm hearing all kinds of parts of myself. Like I'm hearing him talk about being single and enjoying it. I get that part of it. I hear him talk about trying to link up with a chick. I don't get that part of it because I don't have that issue. I hear about how he's going about it and what he's trying to fill his life with. And then all of a sudden, these things are coming back to me because I'm like a self-styled psychologist now. That's what I do. I put people together in my head. And I'm hearing him go, well, I can't commit to a relationship with this beautiful woman, and it's because I was in Nicaragua for 3 years, and now I'm on a bus somewhere in the United States. Your problem is that you are absolutely fucking terrified of getting shystered again like your ex-wife shystered you. That's what I think.
Well, that too,
You
and
need
not
some
only
time.
that, I finally did get engaged again. And as soon as I did, the fucking whore cheated on me 3 days later with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't find out for 6 months and endured a whole bunch of stuff. That was one of the swinger ladies I was with.
Yeah.
But I didn't know she was going to bang this dude 3 days after we got engaged. So yeah, man, I don't trust a
So the swinger
soul.
thing that wasn't a clue?
I had already done that before her. So I really wasn't, I didn't bother me that she was into it too. Yeah, but my girlfriend before was a swinger too. So we that's where it all started for me.
No, it's all about commitment, dude. You can't commit to be living in one place. You can't commit to being in one spot. You can't commit to staying in one spot. Asking you to commit to being with a female or getting into a relationship is ridiculous. But there's no point. Yeah, there's no point. There's absolutely no point in doing it. There's I tell this to people all the time. A buddy of mine just got separated from his wife. He's like, oh, look at me. I'm so sad. Look at me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? You're getting out of jail. This is not. This has nothing to do with what you're losing. This has to do with what you're gaining. What you're gaining is
perspective.
And
you need perspective here.
Exactly. What you're gaining is the ability to be able to do whatever you want, anytime you want, as much as you want, or as little as you want. Now, that's scary for a guy like you because you've got the willpower of a 4-year-old. So what I would love for you to do is get some more willpower and continue to live the same life that you're living, because that's the stuff.
Horrible advice.
No, it's great advice. I don't want him to be with I don't want him to have a relationship. I don't want him to be committed if he doesn't want to be committed, because it's like fucking someone saying, hey, do you want to go to a dinner party with me? And you're like, it's like the people there are cunts. I'd have no desire to spend a bunch of time with people I don't know, especially cunts. And you're like, okay, come to the party with me. Like that. This is the analogy that goes through my head coming back to relationships. And it's something like when someone says you should be in a relationship or you're afraid of commitment or there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. You being single is the fucking best thing in the world right now, because you need to be comfortable in your own skin. But when someone says to you, hey, come to a party. No, it's true. Come to a party. And hey, I'm like, fuck, not a chance am I going to that party, because I'm not going to willingly make myself uncomfortable for an extended period of time, because I don't jive with those people. So why would I put myself in that situation? But we end up going and making ourselves miserable because that's what culture tells us to do, right? That's the same thing with marriage. Marriage is just the world and culture telling us that this is the next logical step in your life. And if you can't be happy in it, then there's something wrong with you. Fuck that. You're awesome. You're doing everything you should be doing and more.
That's better. Now, here's the one thing, though, that I think we need to be careful with if we're trying to guide young Bondzee here, right? And this is where I think we have to be careful. We're both, Dean's wired one way, I'm wired another way. I wouldn't do the things you're doing. I wouldn't do it. It has nothing to do with courage or confidence. So when I see you doing the things you do, like calling a hooker in Vegas or walking into a rub and tug, I would never in a million years do that. The thing that I want you to be careful with, Bondzee, is we're not judging you. It might sound like it might sound like it, but I think what you have to realize is that you're a very unique individual. And for whatever it is that you've gone through has sort of molded you to this type of person that you are right now. And you're spontaneous and a little bit irrational at times. And I think what you need to do moving forward, take all the relationship out of it and all the horniness, cut that out. Let's just get down to Bondzee and who he is. You need to find out if you're comfortable with that guy right now.
Yeah.
And
you're not doing it in a relationship. I'll tell you that.
And yes, that's a good point.
I am not ready for it.
If you did find somebody, I think that might be a bit of a mistake, but that's just me. That's me projecting onto you, and that's wrong. And Dean and I are both projecting shit onto you right now. I think you need to do exactly what you're doing, and there's a reason you're there right now. There's a reason why you spent 3 years in Nicaragua. There's you're on a mission. and whatever you need to do to figure out who you are,
do it.
Is just fine. So if that means walking into a rub and tug, man, that is, don't worry about that. Yeah.
Part of your journey. Yeah. You're getting all pissed off when what you should be doing is going, yeah, I was supposed to get ripped off today. I'm a firm believer in that, by the way. Like, these are all lessons that you're learning as Locke says you're becoming who you are. Fuck, why fight the laws of the universe? You were supposed to get ripped off by 2 hookers in this last
And the fact that it's so fucking funny just makes it better.
Yeah.
It just
the fact
makes
that she asked for a tip.
Oh my God.
Oh man, she's lucky she got $2.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is it? If you ask me today what the difference is between me today and me like 5-10 years ago, I would say this: is that I'm actually really comfortable being myself today. Like, I know exactly what I'm all about. I'm finding out every day new cool things, and none of that happens if I'm in a relationship with another human being who's just as or equally fucked up to me, or isn't comfortable in their own skin, right? So, fuck, dude. Right. All these things are building blocks for you to be a happy person, because the last thing you want in your life is for the person you feel on the inside to not match the person on the outside. This might sound weird, but you being as nomadic as you are is who you are. So fucking embrace it. Embrace everything that comes with being a fucking nomad. Embrace the $40 hookers that rip you off. Embrace the John that calls you up and offers you other $40 hookers. Embrace that whole conversation, which is fucking hilarious to me.
You know that you were just going to get it ripped off again, right?
I love how he treated it like it was winners, and they had a home like a hooker, a John and some hookers had like an HR department. I think that's great. You guys ripped me off. Can you give me the number to the Better Business Bureau?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're just becoming who you are, and it'll fucking never end. So fucking embrace it. That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
we love it.
Yeah, listen, I'm looking forward to it. We've got stuff sorted out with insurance. They're going to cover every last thing on the bus. So I've got 2 options basically. I can take a fat check, or I can take it to Prevost about an hour away and just drop the bus off, and they'll fix it. Everything will be tickety-boo again. Now, it's all cosmetic. That's the damage on this bus. The inside of this bus is run. It looks perfect, is perfect. It's a great house. I love living on it. The only damages are to the doors on the one side. Both windshields are cracked from getting hit by rocks. The awning busted. Just stupid little shit. But this stuff is a plethora of money.
Is this and this and this and this.
But it's just cosmetic stuff that's fine. The bus still drives perfectly.
Well, fuck, get it fixed. Get it fixed, because you're gonna have to sell it at some point. You're not gonna live on that thing for the rest of your fucking life. That's what losers do.
No, that's what's happening. It's going to it's either going to Prevost to get fixed, or I'm taking the money. I will be going to Nicaragua while it gets fixed, and then I'll be selling the bus. And I'm going to be, I've made the decision that, and Ty and I have spoken about this. We're getting a house together in LA in the next month or 2. Wow. So I'm going to be continuing trying to get into my, my reel is almost done. Once it's finished, hopefully by the end of this weekend, I'll be able to find an agent. I've already started the process of applying for my extended 6-month visa here, as has Ty, and got approved. And we're going to be grabbing a place there. So I am selling the bus. That's 100% done deal. And I'll be living in LA for the foreseeable future, and 100% just focusing on me and my voice acting and no ladies.
And being with your kid. There's nothing better. Yeah. Emily has a good point. She says, there are specially made dolls for lonely men. And then and then your buddy Wade is like, take the buyout and buy a custom designed love doll. I wasn't aware of these dolls up until a little while ago, but this might not be a terrible fucking idea. Like,
I wonder if we could get them as a sponsor. They could sponsor Bondzee Live.
Look at these. These are called Real Love Dolls. These are now 28% off. You can get. Oh, fuck. Wade's comment is in the way of those jugs. Hang on a second. And there's a deal right now. Donna Premium Female Sex Doll, $1,694. That's Canadian, by the way. Yeah, and you can and. Like,
they don't.
She's not going to be able to watch your dog or go fill up the bus with gas, but she'll be there when you come back.
Well, maybe we can start a GoFundMe to get me a sex doll.
Zara's premium TPE sex doll, $2,000 Canadian. Beth, she's $1,700, and Charlotte, who is the least. Oh no, she'd probably be the second least.
Are these the
stressed.
ones? These are the ones that do talk to you, right?
I don't know.
I think these ones do.
That would be weird.
Yeah, they have like they also have like they have bedroom mode.
If they did, I'd send them back.
They have bedroom mode. They also have like vacation mode. They have visiting with the family mode. Like,
what
right? Are you allowed to yell at it like Dean when he goes on vacation?
Like
well, if he's going to jump in, you got to jump in with both feet, right? So if you're gonna have a family gathering, you're taking her with you. Charlotte comes to dinner, and you put her in instead of like so she doesn't say anything like sexy or flirty. You put her into family mode. So apparently they really like Ed Sheeran as well. I've read.
My mom would be so proud if I showed up with Charlotte for dinner. She's got 2 sirs, me mom.
How dare you talk down to my girlfriend like that?
I love that there's reviews.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lots of
great.
2 reviews, 1 review, and you know these are reviews from people that have fucked them too, right? Like that's the thing. Is
Here's
at the end of the review, the guy's like, "This one's not great. The vagina lips are a little rough, but overall pretty decent. Thanks, Gary."
So the other thing that they were doing with these dolls is they were going to start renting them. So I don't know if that ever took off. So they had these businesses, sex doll rental shops, and they actually started one in Edmonton. It got shut down. It was happening just before the pandemic because we were talking about this. What was the name of that place? There was one in Toronto, and it was the only one in Canada. They were going to open up one in Vancouver, and the same company
it was like
that was
Wi-Fi. It's like the same premise behind Zipcar or like going in with Wi-Fi.
They show up.
Go in. Give $100. You could fuck one of these fake dolls, and then they would hose it out, and then the next guy would get it, right?
That was the conversation we had. That's the worst job ever. The worst summer job ever. What'd you do? Well, I don't really want to talk about it.
No comment. Fucking worst. And it would go to like the mom of one of the people that owns it, right? Like it'd be like a 28-year-old degenerate guy that owns it, and he'd make his mom, who's probably fresh in the country for like 3 months. It's like, hey, just clean these out. Just clean these out. All right.
In the backyard with a hose.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd want a woman cleaning those things out too, wouldn't you? Like, you'd want someone that knew their way around that part of the anatomy.
Well, they're a little bit more diligent. I think they would be than a dude.
Cleanliness?
Like I'm not getting in there with like a pot scrubber or anything, right? Like I'm just going to hope for the best if you hang it upside down.
Awkward.
I think I'll forgo the doll and I'll just gamble another $40. And listen, the worst case scenario is I get another massage out of it, and I may or may not get a happy ending.
Aren't you supposed to establish? Like, listen, I don't know anything about these places, but isn't there supposed to be a conversation before you go in the room? Like when you sit down and you gear down and you jump up on the table, aren't you supposed to go, all right, what does the $40 cover me?
No, because that's already crystal clear. You're there for a massage, so that's how they the legalities of it is a massage.
I think
there's supposed to be a conversation about what it is. If you give her $40 and she's expecting $70 for the handy.
Hey, dude, it's me. Hang on, just a sec. I got a guy on the phone. I'm not telling anybody who you are. We're doing the podcast. Friend of mine on the phone. No one knows who he is. Regular at massage parlors. Do you establish the rules of engagement prior to paying or after?
I bet you he does.
$40 for the room, and then he goes, "Yes, full service," and that's when the that's when the indication is that
if
you
go
want
back
her to rub your wiener for money. Correct?
You go back.
Correct.
You pay $40 to get into the room.
Then he takes his clothes off. Then he lays on the table. Then what happens? Then they come in. They want to give him a massage, and then he's like, "No massage, just do the full service." Okay, and then sucky.
That option
okay, great,
too.
thank you.
Yeah,
but then she's going to say, "If
I'm good, I gotta go. Bye."
If I put my lips around your unit, this is going to cost another. Don't do the accent again.
No, it's full.
To continue.
No, dude, it's full service. Full service is
that's what
sex.
happened here. Bondzee,
Yeah.
you went in the room, you paid the $40, and then there was not a conversation about what it is you wanted next.
I never paid the $40.
That's your mistake.
No, it's not. Here's the deal, and I'll explain this to you slowly. But I never paid the $40 up front.
Look at him! Look at him getting sarcastic. He's going to explain it to us slowly, like we have a hard time understanding it. Okay.
Well, you are, because I've had it both ways, where you never pay up front. So you come to the agreement. I want a half-hour massage. Okay, so then, and now I've had it both ways, where you're laying down, and right away she'll say, "Do you want me topless? Do you want me naked? Do you want this, this, and this?" Now, other times it's been halfway through the massage. "Oh, mister, for $20, I take off my top. You see my titties." Okay. And that happens. And at the end, sometimes I've had it where the massage is over, and she'll be like, "Okay, roll over." So I'll roll over. She go, what would you like?
Stop.
And
you gotta stop the accent.
Okay, I will. I won't do it.
Don't do that anymore.
We got it, man. We got
I won't. So I've had it happen 3 different ways, actually. So it just depends on the establishment that you're at. I am literally.
Yes, we understand. Bondzee, stop talking for a second. We understand how it works, brother. We totally get how it works. What we're saying is that you had to establish what you were there for when you got there, and that wasn't established. And we also know
I am going to have a seizure.
No, but did you say to her full service? Did you say to her full service?
Because sometimes it happens after.
It might be different down there. Like maybe it's different.
Handy.
The dude that Dean did
it again. I just keep asking him to stop doing the hooker accent, and he's like, "Here it is. Here it is again."
Dean just called a guy, and you have to be upfront with him. If you want something, you got to ask for it, and then she'll tell you what it's going to cost.
And he goes every single week, at least 4 times a week. So, like, listen, yeah. He's wealthy and not.
I'm just telling
you
my experiences,
shit, right? So. Yeah, I know I know what your experience is. We're telling you where it might have gone wrong, because I just got off the phone with like a professional guy, like a guy who just does rub and tugs, and that's it.
Okay, so this afternoon I'll walk in and I'll ask.
Yeah, exactly. We're helping you. We're not fighting.
Wear a GoPro, please.
Yeah, can you? Do you have one? Do you have a GoPro
with the strap?
And then film yourself getting a jerk off while you're
Stop doing the voice.
I don't think they would like the so no camos. Sorry. That's the last time. Promise.
Fuck. You got to stop it.
You are going right to hell.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry, I won't do it.
And not for hiring a hooker either. I mean, hookers they're the world's oldest profession. It's just like not all of them are from Asia. Okay. So it's like it's killing the stereotype. It's that, like, of all the things we've discussed today, that's probably the worst. Is you going,
Wade, I call shot.
Well, every one of the rub and tugs I looked up, they all say, they let you know what authenticity they are at the rub and tug, and they all say Chinese.
Okay, I know, but we got it the first time. Like, you don't have to keep going on and on and on and on with the Chinese accent. Every time you're like, here's the interaction, and here's the accent again. We get it. No, you're not.
My chest hurts.
You're being rude.
Sorry. I won't do it again.
All the things he said. He's being rude. Well, I think it's a good place to end it.
Thanks, was awesome. Thank you, Bondzee. That's a great way to end my week.
That was a lot of fun. I hope that you get this right this time. Work it out. Yeah. Before
go back and try Dean's buddy's strategy, where you sit down and go, all right, so it's $40 for the room. What do I need to pay you for?
$200 for this stuff. How much for this?
Son of a bitch.
That's what you got to do. If language is a problem, just do this one.
Yeah.
How much for this?
For
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
I heard an accent there, Dean.
No, you didn't. I didn't do it.
He did
No,
not.
no, you didn't. I
All
don't do
right,
accent.
boys. All right.
Thanks, boys.
That was very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks to everybody for paying attention, watching, listening. Thanks for being part of the podcast. Thanks to Bondzee. Bondzee Live on Twitter. Tripping with Bondzee on YouTube.
I love
Check
you,
him
man.
out.
I fucking love you.
See you, bud.
Yeah, so awesome. So himself. So genuine. So fucked in the head. That
Awesome.
makes me feel great about myself. That is Lachlan Cross, 95.7 Cruise FM at Edmonton. He's a morning show host. And
Off next week, but I will be jumping on the pod if I can now and then through the week next week.
Whenever you're not at the tree fort, hang out with me. That'd be good. At Lachlan Cross on Twitter. Thanks, boys. Great to see you guys.
Talk to you later, Dean.
Soon. All right, you bet. It's it for us. A lot of engagement today. No news whatsoever, but a lot of engagement today. Canada's number 3 newscast. We just talked about rub and tug etiquette for an hour. We're just norm smashers here. That's what we do. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for being part of what we do. Thanks for the great week again. Have an awesome weekend. Don't forget, thanks to our sponsors. And please go get yourself a pair of Ed's Fine Imports Gitch. His Gitch are boxer briefs meant for every day, all day. Keep your biscuits comfortable and put them in the pouch right here. These things are unbelievable. We wear Ed's Gitch. You should too. Gitch3 is your promo code. Boxer briefs with a pouch in the front. Luxury underwear. Fellas, you'll never go wrong. Trust me. Gitch3 is your promo code. edsfineimports.com. That was a lot of fun. Also, hi, and thanks to our friends at easyautofinancial.ca. These are good people, and they came up with a great idea because it's so hard to get financing for a new vehicle sometimes, depending on how your credit rating is. So these guys don't care about your credit rating. All they care about is getting you in a car. Now, also, most people that finance vehicles get paid to do it. These guys don't. They just want to get you in a vehicle, and they want to make sure that process is super fucking easy for you. So go to easyautofinancial.ca, no obligation, sign up, get your financing, get your car, and get driving if that's what you've been having a hard time with lately. These guys do everything for you. It's turnkey. Again, easyautofinancial.ca. Domination.com. Domination is our partner. They can be yours as well if you're a content producer of any kind. If you game, podcast, stream, whatever, and you've got legacy content you want to put out that goes forever, and it takes you forever to do it, like hours for one promo. How about 72 pieces of content generated in 7 minutes? That's what Domination does. It's artificial intelligence. It makes your job as a content producer much easier. Go to domination.com. Again, DMNTN.com today. And Blue Microphones. Our partners at Blue have been great with us. They'll be great to you. Awesome people at Blue, Logitech group of companies. They make everything you need to stream, game, podcast, and more, including these Blue Yeti X mics. We use them all the time because of the USB capability, but they've got XLR stuff, pro stuff, music, guys, if you're recording, whatever the situation is. They've got headphones. They got microphones. They've got cameras from Logitech as a Logitech group of companies. They make it super easy for you to get all this stuff working together. So go to Blue Microphones on Twitter or at bluemic.com for more details. That's it. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to sign up for a newsletter at deanblundell.com if you think about it. Be safe this weekend. Be comfortable in your own skin. Try to be nice, unless it's not warranted. Then give them all shit. Have a great day. Bye.